let's get straight to it. Joe Duffy's picks. We continue to roll a nice recent run of 8-2, the last 10 wise guy plays. Wichita State. Last night was the latest. We've got an ESPN winner for tonight coming up in a moment. Hey, folks, I know that 80% over only a 10-game span. You may say that's not statistically significant, but the bottom line is everybody who cares about long-term winning, if they measure success by the full season or by the decade, they're already long-term clients, permanent clients at Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com. So the only people left are those who just want to know who's hot. And Joe Duffy's picks is hotter more often than any other handicapper out there because we've won more money over the last 26 years than any other handicapper. There are probably less than a dozen people who have been full-time handicappers and gamblers every single second of their life since 1988. And I am one of them. My picks have been public since the score phone days. Anyway, tonight, two wise guy plays. Wise guy plays from Joe Duffy's picks without any debate whatsoever. Single strongest play in the handicapping industry among 5 winners, likely 5-0. We demonstrate why being counterintuitive is a necessary trait for pro gamblers. That comes into fruition tonight. We always back it up by the analysis, all the reasons. We have a very either under or overvalued team that we're going to ride or fade tonight until the odds makers finally catch up to them. We may be doing it for a few more games. We've got some scheduling dynamics as well, all part of a 5-0 sweep led by 2 more wise guy plays to improve on that 80% run at Joe Duffy's picks, www.offshoreinsiders.com, www.offshoreinsiders.com. Now let's get to your free winner for tonight. It is to go with Connecticut and Cincinnati to go under the 127. Our true line and long-term clients, we used to call it the outlaw line. We just decided to change the name, slightly more accurate, is 122.5. The true line is what the line would be without public perception or bad line moves. Our power line, which is different, but when they agree, and the more times than not they do agree, we have it at 123. Now, you may say a 4-point difference. It's not that big. Excuse me, folks. Believe me, if I could get 4 extra points on a total, and I know that, 4 extra points on a total is different than 4 extra points on a side. If I could get that every bet I placed, I would be a multi-billionaire. Come on, 4 points is a lot. Over the long run, it'll make a substantial difference, very substantial difference in your betting. Now, Connecticut, Cincinnati is actually one of the top under teams in the country based on margin of cover. They've gone under by an average of 11.4 points per game, so their 14-3 under mark is totally legit. Again, margin of cover is more important than a spread record. It really tells you whether or not a team has just been fortunate. Maybe they've been going under by a half a point here and there, and their record's distorted. Well, in the case of Connecticut, they look like a 500 team over or under. Not totally true. They've actually gone under by 3.4 points per game. Cincinnati freshman Jermaine Lawrence is probable after missing 8 games. He's a nice defensive force inside. Not a big scorer, but gives them bulk, makes it tougher to score inside against them. So it'll be a stronger bet if he does play. Connecticut holds teams to 38.6% shooting from the field, which is a whopping 6.3 percentage points below a team's normal average. Cincinnati is even better, holding squads that are normally averaging 44% shooting, 44.6% shooting, to just 38.6. 2 strong defensive forces. The Ken Palm adjusted defense has Cincinnati with the 5th best defense in the country. Points will be very difficult to come by. Look for yet another under here, and look for 5-0 sweep from Joe Duffy's picks. By the way, all the sports services are red hot at offshoreinsiders.com. Remember a few years ago we used to have 6 or 7 sports services? We decided to trim it down, go with only the best of the best. If you want quality, offshoreinsiders.com is your only stop. If you want quantity, there are other websites out there that will basically let every single Joey bag of donuts throw picks up there. Sorry, folks, we don't do that at offshoreinsiders.com. www.offshoreinsiders.com.